Welcome everyone to the Week 13 Hambone Fantasy Football Update. I'm your host, Commissioner Mike. Alright, well, here we are. Week 13, the playoffs are just within arm's reach. And we have highlights from Week 12. First and foremost, after 204 games played in this league, both regular season and playoffs, my Hambone Burger Kings have tied. Yes, in our 15th matchup with the Leland Lizards, we had a tie of 118 all. I was even kind of waiting an extra day or so to see if the computer would maybe give one of us a point or take away a point or something like that to see if we had a defined winner. But yes, after more than 200 games, the Kings have tied with the Lizards, 118 all. So that was one game. Leland was led by the Jets defense. My team was led by the heroics of Tom Brady, but neither of them were enough to win. Another game highlighted was surprisingly the Kickin' Chickens take out the Elder Dragons 167-137. But it was okay for the Dragons because with the way it shook out in the league, the Dragons actually win the Titty Division in the regular season, so congratulations to them. They earned the first seed in their side of the bracket and also a $50 prize, so congratulations. Next up for the Kickin' Chickens, they actually take on Leland. They've only played each other once before, and Leland took the game. And up next for the Dragons are actually my Burger Kings. So that's a long-time rivalry. Kings-Dragons goes way back. My Kings lead the series 12-5. So very excited for that. Now, what everyone's kind of waiting for. Playoff scenarios and how they play out after week 13. Some of them, basically we have now all 8 playoff positions accounted for. The 2 teams that were eliminated were De Beers Rock. Even though they might have tied up record-wise, they would have lost in the tiebreakers, so we say goodbye to them. And then we also say goodbye to Super Saucy Spaghetti. They were just within, I think it was a half game or a game back of 4th place, so they won't be able to catch up. So, we do have playoff scenarios. Some of them are a bit lengthier, so rather than explain every single scenario, and if you want, you can ask me and I'll explain them all, how they work out. I do have percentages wise. So starting in the Ass Division, my Burger Kings have a 25% chance of winning the division. Meanwhile, the Roman Empire has about a 75% chance of winning the division, based on who wins over who going into week 13. So again, that's Roman Empire is about 75% chance of winning. There's really only one scenario where my Kings win that division. Kickin' Chickens, win or lose, have locked in the 3rd seed in that bracket, as well as the Silver Bullets, win or lose, lock the 4th seed. So pretty much, based on how it turns out, the Kings and the Roman Empire will be playing either the Kickin' Chickens or the Silver Bullets. Now, over in the Titty Division, this is really the reason why I'm not going into every scenario, because it is ridiculous. As I mentioned before, the Dragons have won Titty Division outright. No matter what, they will be the #1 seed. This is where it gets tricky. Leland Lizards. They have about a 63% chance of winning the 2nd seed. About a 25% chance of taking 3rd seed. And a small, maybe 12-13% chance of dropping to 4th. But they are in the playoffs. That can go anywhere between 2 and 4. 20 Minutes with Tebow. They have, it's about a 25% chance of taking the 2nd seed. About a 50% chance of taking 3rd seed, which 2nd and 3rd is pretty much the same thing anyway. They'll be facing whomever. And about a 25% chance of dropping to the 4th seed. But again, they are in the playoffs. Now, Mr. Just in Time. They're pretty much the mirror image of Leland. They have a chance. They have about a 12% chance or so of jumping all the way to the 2nd seed, and about a 25% chance of taking 3rd, and then more than half likely it will be the 4th seed. But again, they are in, so congratulations to you all. Also, I will be sending out a couple of things. I'm actually looking for any suggestions you have for next season. I'm working on basically a questionnaire to be put out soon after the season, so hopefully we can have everything locked up and ready to go for next season. With all the rule changes, we can decide them now while we're thinking about them. And then also some postseason awards. Just going to send out some questions, who would you want to vote for, to get postseason awards, things like that. Best game of the season, player MVP, things like that. Alrighty, I think that's all we have time for, but it's been a little lengthier video, but like I said, if you wanted me to go over your specific scenarios, let me know. And, alright, well, have a good one.